Hey everybody, it's Ben with Black Lab Operations, and we're on the range today with Tulster. So today what we're talking about is the importance of the support hand in a good, stable handgun grip. I teach a lot of beginners, a lot of people that are brand new to handguns, and the prevailing theory is my strong hand that I've got that weapon in, that gives the most grip. I'm gonna squeeze that hand to death because if I don't, the gun's gonna jump out of my hand or I'm not gonna have control over it, whatever that is. Everybody's got it in their mind that the strong hand grips the hardest. Well, what I can tell you is, in the firearms community, and I've been in this community a long time, we disagree over a lot of things, but there's one thing that basically every instructor across the spectrum in the firearms community agrees on, and that's grip structure. And that's the way that we are going to not only take hold of, but present and then work the trigger on our handguns. So like we've talked about before, your grip starts in the holster, right? You're gonna get nice and high on that back strap, and you are going to establish a really good, solid, firm grip with your strong hand straight out of the holster. Nice and up and out. But when you marry and you bring that support hand up to meet with that firearm, the power structure between your hands is going to transfer. You're gonna give your strong hand a break because we know that the entire purpose of the strong hand is to function that trigger. Okay, it's to draw the weapon and then to function that trigger. We're gonna now transfer the power of the grip from our strong hand to our support hand. Now when we bring our support hand up and into this weapon, we want our thumb riding nice and high along that frame, just underneath the slide. That thumb's gonna act as somewhat of a target focus. That thumb's gonna give us an opportunity to create a natural point of aim for our body. We're gonna be pointing that thumb directly at the target. Bring that thumb up nice and high right across the top of that frame. And then we're gonna use these fingers of our support hand to make a nice, strong wraparound of our strong hand fingers. And then we're gonna press the meaty parts of our palms together. What that's gonna do is that's gonna basically turn our support hand into what I would call a C-clamp. If you ever worked with tools, you've done any carpentry, you know what a C-clamp is. You bring those fingers around over the top of your strong hand fingers, and then you're pressing together the meaty parts of your palm while at the same time pulling with your fingers, and you are clamping down on that firearm. And in doing so, you're able to take your strong hand fingers and say, you guys can stop working altogether. Now, why do we do that? Why do we isolate our strong hand to working the trigger only? And it's very simple. Whenever you make a fist and you curl one finger, inevitably the way your body structure is, you're gonna want to move all the rest of them all at the same time. Even if I just wanna move my index finger, you'll see that the rest of my fingers wanna move at the same time, even slightly. And the same goes for when we use these bottom three fingers and our thumb to grip hard. What that does is that curls in our trigger finger. That doesn't allow for us to have an adequate and what we'd say consistent press to the rear. Instead, we end up slapping the trigger or pulling the trigger to one side or even pushing the trigger to the other side. Whenever we get a good, strong, foundational grip, that gives this hand the ability to say, nothing's working except our trigger finger, and then we can focus on a nice, smooth press to the rear. Very simple. So again, we're gonna bring it up, we're gonna marry up, thumb nice and high along that frame, again giving us a target reference. We're using that thumb to build a natural point of aim. And then we are wrapping our support fingers around our strong side fingers and pressing the meaty parts of both of our palms together, creating that C-clamp and freeing up all the extra fingers on this hand for a nice press out and a trigger press that doesn't throw your barrel off. It doesn't dip your muzzle, doesn't push your muzzle, doesn't raise your muzzle. It puts your muzzle exactly where you want it to send that round straight towards the target. So just to wrap it up, whenever you bring your handgun out and you marry up with both hands, you're gonna transfer the power of your strong hand to your support hand so you can allow your trigger finger to work independently. This is going to make you a more accurate shooter. It's going to make you a faster shooter. It's going to make you overall more effective. Again, my name is Ben. I'm with Black Lab Operations. We're on the range with Tolster. Appreciate you watching the video. Be safe and be dangerous.